the Ford family, Brad, Dan, Rod. I mean, all those guys, super instrumental in getting this deal done. And it's been a really fun journey these first 4 years, and I'm really looking forward to being here and really locking me in. So it's great, and it's been a really fun time of growth and evolution my entire career here, and now we get to keep it going. So yeah.
You grew up in Plymouth. You went to high school at Divine Child, and then went to the University of Michigan, and were drafted here. You're a Michigander your whole life. Was it ever a question of kind of if it was going to get signed for you, but rather just when, because you wanted to be here? You've been in this state, in this area your whole life.
Yeah, we were really wanted to get a deal done, but as these things can get a little bit hairy the more you get into it and the longer it goes, as you see with other guys around the league. And obviously you want to avoid those situations, and we were able to get it done and move on from it. And really just super grateful, and just ready to focus everything on this season and really move on from it and put that behind me, and now really focus on what's important.
You speak of the timing of it, of just getting rewarded after the bye week, and then just Brad also rewarding everybody, like all these foundational pieces. How much does that motivate you even going forward? Just that you with your teammates and y'all are under similar time frame trying to win out.
Yeah, it's huge. It shows Brad's dedication to his draft class and the guy that he's brought in, the guys that he believes are those pillars of the team. And what can I say? I'm excited to play with Jared, Kirby, Panay, St. Brown. I mean, all those guys that have gotten paid. It's exciting to have them around because it's fun to play football with them on Sundays.
You're sitting at the table and you have the pen and the contract in front of you. What was going through your mind as you're about to put your signature on a life-changing contract?
Yeah, it was great. I feel like that's more of that was me signing the contract, but I feel like me hearing the news and hearing the offer coming in, like, to me, you get that deep relief almost, that those negotiations are over with, and you can kind of really just put. I was very uninvolved in the process, too much focus, but I think as much as uninvolved as you are, it's still something that's there, But now I feel like with that not being there, it's just really, I'm all in,
When you hear highest paid or most guarantees for non-quarterback in NFL history, and those things are temporary, it'll be beat at some point by somebody else, but right. to be that guy in the moment, is there do you feel special about that? Is there an honor to that?
I mean, it sounds cool, right? It sounds kind of cool, but I think, if I ask myself why I play this game and why I do what I do, the money is really a byproduct, so it's, while a lot of those numbers are fun to look at and it's cool and it's such a blessing, in order for me to keep putting one foot in front of the other and keep looking forward, I have to, I focus on my play and my evolution as a player. And because to me, when I see that fires me up more than money ever would.
When news broke yesterday, I'm sure you had all kinds of congratulatory texts and calls. Anyone from outside this building, like former coaches, former teammates, that stands out to you?
Got a text from Michael Strahan today. I've been able to have a good relationship with him. JJ Watt. Trying to think who else. A few guys from outside the building, but really it was everybody hit me up and texted me. I mean, it's really a blessing. It's really cool, and it's something that it's a weird feeling because you go in, you sign the contract, but then you wake up and just Thursday practice all over. You know, it's like not much really changes. And I'm also in year 4 too, so you're like, dude, this thing isn't even hitting until it's funny when you look at the grand scheme of things. So, but again, you know, while it's great news, it's all Minnesota in my brain right now when I'm thinking, what I'm thinking about this week.
Have you thought about with this generational wealth, what you'd like to do good with it, and what you'd like to do maybe fun, frivolous with it?
You know, I honestly have not. I think the D-line, they are expecting a Christmas present this year. So I will have to deliver on that. I've already got some stuff in the work that I've been thinking about. You know, with the money, I mean, philanthropically, you think, you know, with the Hutch Hero stuff, like how can we expand that and keep growing that and stuff? And so that's where my mind goes. But I mean, ultimately, when you look at the Hutch Hero stuff, a lot of that is like GoFundMe. We are raising awareness for a lot of these kids' stories, so it's a little bit different. So I haven't really thought about it, as you can tell. I'm just still, I'm really just trying to beat Minnesota on Sunday.
Kirby said you owe the whole team dinner. I don't know if that's just Kirby being Kirby. Any plans in the works?
Yeah, well, because Kirby hosts dinner some Thursdays every couple of weeks, so I think he's ready to. I gotta figure this whole thing out. You know, it just hit pretty quick.
Aidan, in the context of your journey, you know, the success you've had has attracted expectations for you, and I don't think anyone doubted that a big deal would be coming. But when you think about where you were this time a year ago, did you wonder if what you'd been through would maybe alter what could come for you, what you would work toward?
Yeah, you know, that's where in those moments of the unknowing that I really, you know, you just have to rely on God's plan and God's journey for you, you know, and because ultimately I wasn't expecting to get hurt last year and it happened, but although as it served as a bump in the road in my eyes, it's kind of, it set me up this year for an incredible comeback, and I got to shine a light on a lot of cool kids that people got to see. So it's tons of silver linings that came from it, but in that moment, it's really hard to see them. And obviously, looking back now, a year later from when it happened, it's I feel like I'm in a great spot.
Jameson said, you know, this group, this core nucleus that's together could, you know, go back to back or back to back to back, you know, make a bunch of Super Bowls, and not like asking you for predictions, but as you sort of look what this collection is and how far you guys are signed ahead, what do you think that means, you know, for the organization and sort of the runway that you have to maybe accomplish some big picture goals?
Yeah, I mean, I think everybody knows we have the pieces. We just got to go out there and do it, you know. We know we have the talent, and we have the coaches to do it, and the culture. I mean, everything's set and in place. And last year was what it was, but this year that will always be the goal with this group.
You spoke about being uninvolved, you know, in the process, but still kind of being in the back of your head. How did you learn how to have that balance in that or not? I mean, just as a human being, that's going to creep into your mind like, hey, I got this business going on, but how did you learn to have that balance in that? And did that motivate you at all to be your best self going into this year after that injury?
You know, I really wasn't trying to think about it too much. I really was letting my parents handle it, and with my agent, like all the communications, and I really just kind of blocked it out until I needed to be involved, until they had to, you know, ask me some stuff. But yeah, to me, I mean, if I go back to it, it's like money is not the motivator. However, it does make life easier and good, but to me, where I find my fulfillment is playing this game, evolving, shining a light on these kids before playing these games. Like all that stuff to me is where I find my fulfillment, and I understand that.
Do you ever seek to compare yourself to your peers or other pass rushers in the league, not even just paycheck wise, but what everybody's doing every week? Do you compare or no?
You're talking about statistically?
Yeah, statistically or tape or whatever, is that of interest to you to motivate?
You know, I think I stopped watching other people a couple of years ago. I just like to stay in my own bubble and just put the blinders on and just try to be the best player I can be and produce as much as I can. And then at the end of the season, we'll see how the cards fall.
You're the only defensive lineman playing more than 85% of snaps this year. I think you're over 92, actually. Shep said he's going to need you to get that up over 95 now that you've been paid. Are you cool with a few more
They're trying
snaps?
to milk me for everything I got. No, I know that. No, I expect nothing less. But no, I think Casey, our D-line coach, has got a lot of faith in me to let him know when I'm tired and when I'm not. And so, I just kind of stick it out. And if I feel like I can't give it 100% on a certain play, I'll sub myself out. But for the most part, I'll be in.
JJ McCarthy wasn't one of the people that hit you up, was he?
No, I did not get a text from any Minnesota Viking, unfortunately. No, I did not.